Hey there, Stampers! I just wanted to do a quick technique video. I use my aqua painter all the time, but I never have water in it. It's always a dry aqua painter. I get a little medicine cup from, whatever medicines you get, and I put a little water, and I use it sort of like a paintbrush. I always wet my brush, and then I squeeze it with the tips of my fingers, and I sort of gauge how wet it is. If the brush is too wet, colors will smear and look like a watercolor. But I started doing this because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy Copic markers. So this was my solution to getting a nice blended color without having to buy Copics. And then secondarily, I use it when there's a stamp that has what's the word I'm searching for? A large area. I'm sure there's a better word or a better descriptor for it. But anyway, I just wanted to show this. I saw this question come up a few times on a couple of boards I frequent, and I thought, well, everyone has their own method, but this is what I do. So, a stamp that has a broad surface to ink. I shouldn't have probably inked it as well as I did, because I want to show you. If you don't get a good contact with the image, and then there are some areas that aren't inked as well or splotchy. So this is a pretty good ink, but you can see in the center part and on the edges there are areas that didn't get a full complete coverage. So what I do is I take my marker and I put it on either a clamshell or anything that's clear that I can put some white behind it and see the ink, and I wet the aqua painter and squeeze it out. I want to make sure it's damp but not really too wet. If it's too dry, you'll see brush strokes, and if it's too wet, it'll smear. So I just pick up the ink, and you want to kind of roll it to a point like you would with paint, and then just start covering in that area that didn't pick up all the ink. And it does a great job of filling it in without a lot of work. Or I don't have a Stamp-A-Majig either. I guess a lot of people will just use a Stamp-A-Majig and re-stamp the image. But again, my thrifty nature found a different way. You can see that it's easy and it blends in. You can't really tell that I did it. It just gives it a smooth. I remember with the Big Blossom, I always had trouble getting complete coverage, and I think that's when I started doing this, because I do like it to be fully covered. This one little area here, I should probably show you what it's like if it's too dry. But anyway, I hope you find this helpful, and I haven't done a little technique video before, but I love the way this looks when it's finished, and it's really easy to do, and it's inexpensive. And I hope this helps. Bye!